You're back, and I'm glad you are. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about buying a home in a buyer's market versus buying a home in a seller's market. I've had this asked. There's two different ways to deal with this. Stick around, we're going to start right now. This will ensure that when you buy a home in either market, that you are doing it with the most knowledge that you can get. This article will be discussing buying a home in a buyer's market and buying a home in a seller's market in details and all that you need to know to seal a good deal. Buying a home in a buyer's market. First, what is a buyer's market? A buyer's market occurs when there's more supply of homes than there are demands to buy homes. To put it in simpler terms, supply of homes exceeds demand. When there is a buyer's market, sellers are forced to respond by lowering the asking price of the home or to negotiate for lower prices. This gives the buyer an upper hand in negotiating prices and a lot of different homes to pick from. While on the other hand, the sellers are at a disadvantage because they either lose out to other real estate agents whose homes are at a cheaper price. Otherwise, the buyers are just going to walk away from yours being more expensive. Tips for buyers in a buyer's market. Okay, check as many properties as you can. A buyer's market affords you the chance of seeing and inspecting every available property on the market. Since you're out to acquire your dream home, inspecting every property will ensure that you only settle for the home of your dreams. Next, don't rush. Why rush when it's your market? You need to take your time as you're not in a position where losing a property you're interested in is imminent. There will be many homes to look at with many options. Don't waste your time either. Make a list of what you're looking for in a home and share that with your realtor so he knows what to search for in a home. Next, compare properties and asking prices. When you take your time, you can compare available properties and their asking prices. This may help you find a home that fits your needs being sold at a lower price. You may also find a better home in a different area than what you're looking for, since you have the time to compare homes. Don't let it go to your head. All this negotiating power will only take you so far. Don't forget that the seller still wants to get a good deal and will take a better offer if one comes along. So stay within your budget, make a solid offer, negotiate where you can, and be content to move forward if your offer is rejected. Remember, you are not the only buyer out there. Just when you think you have several days to make a decision on just the right property that you like, it can get an accepted offer overnight. Look at days on the market. Where a home has been available for so long on the market, it gives you, the buyer, power of beating down the price. Or if that's not the case, you can negotiate down some of the fees you'll pay or to have other things done in the home before you take possession. Ask for an allowance or credit. Many lenders will let borrowers receive up to 3 or 4% of the sales price as a credit against the closing costs. Ask the seller to give you a carpet allowance if you find the perfect home, but you don't like the color or condition of the carpet. Check with your lender before you write the offer to find out how to word a credit clause that's acceptable to that specific lender. Now, buying a home in a seller's market. What is a seller's market? A seller's market is a market where there are limited homes but many buyers. To put it in another form, a seller's market is a market where demand for homes are greater than the supply. A seller's market puts a seller at an advantage point since there are very few homes available. Homes will essentially sell faster in a seller's market. Thus, buyers must be quick as they will be competing with other buyers to secure a home that may not be available the next market day or even the next hour. As said earlier, sellers have a strong advantage for they can raise the prices of their home, while on the other hand, buyers would be ready and willing to spend extra or beyond budgets to secure the purchase of their dream homes. This will not happen if it was in a buyer's market. Additionally, buyers do not have the power to negotiate down the price of the few homes that are available. They either pay as is or risk losing the home to another buyer who is willing to match the asking price of the home as offered by the seller. In this market, the seller and the limited homes dictate the market price of the homes. However, some occasions present a situation where there is a bidding war on a home by competing buyers, which can jack up the price beyond the initial price set for the home. So, tips for buying in the seller's market. Get pre-approved. This is different from a pre-qualification, which is a little bit more than a conversation with your lender about your finances and intentions to purchase a home. When you get pre-approved, your lender will check your credit and review your financial and employment history to estimate how much home you really can afford. A pre-approval puts this in writing and gives you more buying power, making you stand out among the competitors. Why? Because a pre-approval tells the seller that you're serious and therefore likely to make this a quick and easy escrow for them. Keep your search under budget. Typically, when a home buyer sets their price range, it changes once they start seeing the homes that they can afford. It might be tempting to shop a little above your limit, but you should avoid this, especially in a seller's market. Search for homes under your budget. That way, when you're ready to make an offer, you can bid up and thus overbid the other buyers. Don't have your heart set on just one home. Now is not the time to fall in love. You have to be flexible with your wants and needs list and have an eye that finds potential properties that you would normally not look at. You need to hold your options loosely and keep an open mind to avoid getting your heart broken when your favorite home is sold overnight. Expand your search. This tip keeps in step with the previous point. When you're buying in a seller's market, you don't have the luxury of picking one or two favorites. You have to be flexible and willing to expand your search into other neighborhoods and types of homes you normally wouldn't consider. Perhaps there's a part of town that is further from the amenities you'd like, but has nice homes within your price range. It's all about staying nimble in a tricky market. Be ready anytime. Clear your schedule, because in a seller's market, you have to be ready to make moves at any moment. There's no waiting until the next weekend to view an open house. This is a key distinction in the buyer's market versus the seller's market conversation. You may have to leave work during your lunch break to view a listing or drive straight from work to meet your agent at a house. It may even mean skipping the in-person showing altogether and opt for a video walkthrough with your agent. Consider this: you will take time off of work to go to the dentist or the doctor. Why won't you take time off of work to go look at a home that's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars? Make a strong offer. A strong offer helps you stand out among all the other home buyers. This is why cash offers typically win, because it's convenient for the seller and it catches their attention. So, when making an offer, do not ask for lots of things. You may even want to pay for some of the seller's expenses to really have your offer stand out. Prepare for bidding wars. This is where it really pays to have a stellar real estate agent and an expert mortgage professional on your team. In a seller's market, rarely will you have a clean deal that doesn't involve other buyers vying for the same property. In a bidding war, it helps to ask yourself, what else can I offer to the seller? One way to outbid the other buyer is to be flexible with the seller's move-out date. Use your negotiating power to accommodate the seller, not demand from them. Consider waiting. Maybe this isn't the best time for you to buy a home, and that's okay. You may need to come to terms with waiting until the market shifts. Better than settling for a house you're not satisfied with for fear of missing out entirely. Two different markets, two different strategies. You need to sit down, you need to think, you need to make a list. What exactly are you trying to accomplish at this time in your life? Do you go for it? Do you wait? Talk with a good agent. Find an agent. Sit down. Talk to them. Find out what the market's like. Talk to your lender. Find out what you can really afford and what your budget really is. Thanks for sticking around. I really hope this information helps you out. Get your mindset a little better, a little stronger, so you know what you want to do in the future. Now, there should be another video here to look at. I think it'll be of importance to you. Come back soon. I should have another video coming out in about a week. So see you then. This is Mike Bustamante with Keller Williams.